Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Justin here, and I want to try something a little different. Every week I get asked. Jeez. We're going to keep this video raw. I'm not going to even edit it. So let's go. 3, 2, 1, try again. Every week I get asked some really awesome questions from coaching clients, and a lot of them are very, very similar or related in some aspect. So I wanted to start recording some frequently asked question videos. In most of these videos, I'm going to try to answer the questions in less than 5 minutes, so very short video. I think I can do it in less than 3, except for this one because of the intro. And share them with you guys on a week-to-week basis or monthly or something like that, because I think it can go a really long way in adding value and really helping everyone out. So let's start with this first one. I got this a couple weeks ago, and I thought this would be a great one to kick it off. It was, how do you control your portion sizes when you go out and eat in a restaurant? Sometimes when you are full and you want to take a few more bites because the food tastes so good. So I think there's 2 parts to this question. Is 1, how do you control portion sizes at restaurants? And 2, how do you stop eating when you're full but the food tastes so good? So let's tackle that second part first. I think part of eating at restaurants is to enjoy the social aspect of eating. It's not just about the food, it's about the company that you're with, the companionship and the conversations. So when you eat and you're full, you're probably still hanging out and talking with friends. So it's really easy to pick and nibble at the food while you're having conversations and the food's just sitting there. And especially if you've had just a super amazing meal, it was fantastic, super tasty, hard to resist, and you left some on your plate because you're full. There's a good chance you're going to pick at it during awkward pauses in the conversation, or simply because it's there. I probably said this over and over, guys, and I apologize to you, but environment beats willpower and motivation every single time. The further and further along you get in your health fitness journey, or whatever we want to call it, the more and more you practice some of these concepts and health and fitness practice, eating practices, nutrition practices, the better you'll get with them, you'll get at them, and the easier it actually is to display willpower and motivation in certain situations. It almost doesn't even become that because it's just habit for you. But until then, I think you can change your environment or set up your environment to make it easier to do the things you want to do more of and harder to do the things you want to do less of. So in this situation, when at restaurants, instead of trying to just not eat the food that's sitting in front of you that's super delicious and amazing, I think you can change your environment. So you could simply just ask the waitstaff to take your plate away immediately when you notice that you're full and you're satisfied. Just call them over, ask them to take it away. It's not there anymore. You can't pick at it. I think another option is, if you don't want to get rid of food, you can just ask them to box it up for you. Take a to-go box. That way you can take it home with you and use it as another meal for the later day, or a component in a meal that you want to make on your own at home or something like that. And again, it's boxed up, can't see it. You've changed your environment, and you can still enjoy the evening, continue the conversation, enjoy the company without picking and nibbling at the food. Excuse me. The second part of this is, how do you control portion sizes at restaurants? And I think this is the same as when you're trying to control portion sizes for meals that you make at home. I think the first part of this is to create nutritional awareness, calorie awareness, nutritional awareness. So before you go to the restaurant, see if you can look up the nutrition info online. Most restaurants have it online and available and easy to look at. While you're at the restaurants, a lot of them listed on the menu. So you can create that nutritional awareness around, calorie intake for that meal. If you're curious about the protein, or if there's veggies, you'll get to learn a lot about your meal. So you can create that nutritional awareness. And now you get to decide if you want to have a higher calorie meal. Just enjoy the evening, get some cheesecake or whatever. And that's totally okay. Or you can now make the choice to, hey, maybe weight loss is your goal right now, and you have some, and you are watching your calorie intake and watching your protein intake. Well, now you've created that awareness, so you can make decisions based on that. So I think the second part here is to eat slowly and mindfully. Put your utensils down between bites. Take 2-minute breaks to chew your food fully, digest, have a conversation with your neighbor, enjoy the company that's around you, get up to use a restroom and to give yourself a break as well too. But eat slowly and mindfully. That way you can actually physically feel yourself becoming satisfied, and so you can eat to 80% full and stop when you're satisfied, and then move on with the rest of the evening and still enjoy it. And then I think the third part here is to aim for those mostly balanced plates. Try to get a serving of protein, veggies, and carbohydrates at the majority of your meals. You're not going to always be able to do that, and that's okay. Sometimes you're going to want to go out as well too and just get some pasta. Like maybe it doesn't have any protein, you just want to enjoy pasta that evening. Totally fine as well too, but we can still use that balanced plate concept to give us something to aim for in the evening, and you can still use those hands to estimate portion sizes. So we know about a palm of protein is 1 serving, a fist of veggies is 1 serving, a cupped handful of carbohydrates is 1 serving, and a thumb of fat is 1 serving. Most restaurant meals are going to already have 1, 2, 3, and maybe even more servings of fat just because of the way that they're prepared and cooked. So you probably won't have to add it, and you can factor that in as you're thinking about it. But you can look at your plate when you get it, and you can probably see, hey, here's the protein. This is what about the serving size looks like. It looks like a little too much, so maybe you'll leave a little bit and take it home with you. Hey, here's the carbohydrate serving. Looks like it's a little too much. Maybe you'll leave a little bit, take it with you, and so on and so forth. So I think that's an easy swap here. And lastly, because the video is getting a little longer than I would have liked, my apologies, is like what happens if you go out and enjoy some like pizza and stuff like that? Awesome question, because we're all going to want to do that. Just aim for a little bit better. You can, if you normally have 3 slices, aim for 2. If you normally have 4 slices, aim for 3. Just a little bit better. If you normally get the Meat Lovers loaded pizza, what about just like a cheese, a couple cheese slices and stuff like that? Or if you normally get like a large soda with it, maybe you can get a diet one, or just have some water or something like that. Just look for opportunities to be a little bit better. These subtle swaps go such a long way, and as you're moving forward and stuff like that. You can also use the little hand method here for serving sizes as well too. So if you're getting something like pizza, boom, 2 servings, 2 hands. 1 serving, 1 hand. It's not perfect, but that's not the aim here. The aim is just to create more awareness, take some action, and to try to be a little bit better. So hopefully this video was great. My apologies, it went a little bit longer than I would like, but I promise that the next couple ones will be under 5 minutes, hopefully close to 3. So take care, we'll talk to you soon.